Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to your first fisting in weeks.
Did you miss us? How were your holes? Were they feeling so empty without us?
I hope that we're here bringing you so much fulfillment and joy.
Phil, we're hoping that this is the cream pie of your week.
Where's the cream filling? Now that's the stuff. Hostess.
That was actually very good.
Thank you.
Especially the hostess part. You nailed that one.
Thanks.
Really fucking nailed that one. Well, welcome back to Fisting Friday, where we read the results of last week's episode of But Am I Wrong? And that's what we're going to do. And Megan is so quickly screenshotting everything because you know what she's been doing? Well, they were supposed to start recording about 4 fucking hours ago. She's been troubleshooting her AC unit.
And then computer.
Yeah. Yep. That one too.
Because y'all didn't change the filter?
No. Oh, guess what? It was the filter, and then we changed the filter when we were like, oh, gross. Apparently we're supposed to be doing this. Forgot about that.
You gotta do it every quarter.
Well, also because at our apartment, we couldn't do it ourselves. It was in the ceiling that they had a whole access thing we couldn't get to. So they were doing it. And so I was like, oh shit, I didn't even realize how often they were doing it until the pandemic, where they weren't doing those regular scheduled maintenance days or whatever. Then we got the new filter. We figured out where it was, got the filter out, put a new one in. We were like, perfect. This is going to go so swimmingly. This is going to be perfect. It's great. And then it's not blowing cold air. It's just kind of blowing air. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I went outside and I looked at the unit. It's not spinning, not moving. And then it says the fuse is faulty. So it's an electrical issue, but an electrician will not.
Isn't it brand new?
Yeah, but they were supposed to have scheduled maintenance in general, but they're supposed to come next week. And now we're like, well, now it's a week early. And they were call an electrician. And we called an electrician. They said, we can't do it until your HVAC person comes and looks at it. And they said, we are not sure when we can come. And I was like, amazing. It's a heat wave. Thank you so much.
Yikes.
So, it's okay. I'm surviving.
Pants on?
No, of course not. I'm also wearing just a bra. Shorts and a bra.
From this angle, it looks like a tank top, but yeah.
It was a tank top, and then I said, my tummy's too hot.
Meanwhile, I'm in a sweatshirt.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
So this is if you're new to Fisting Friday, this is where we read the results from Thursday's episodes called But Am I Wrong? This is from episode 105. First up is me. Melissa tells everyone to stop disrespecting Angel Reese. 1% said I was wrong. 99% said I was not wrong.
Someone said I said the wrong name.
For what?
I don't know. They responded to that story.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Me neither. Ignorance is bliss. So I'm sorry, or I stand by it, because I'm not sure what I did.
I don't think you did anything wrong.
No, and if I did, I apologize. And if I didn't, I stand by what I said initially. But I actually have no idea what happened. Just pretend I'm responding accordingly.
Okay. One of my dumbass coworkers who already annoys me most of the time was going off about her a couple of months ago before I really knew a lot about her. He was saying something about how about her genitalia got turned into jewelry or some dumb shit like that. So he said he knew a friend of a friend who had met her and said that she was rude, and I didn't believe him for a damn second. If you're not going to respect her, keep her damn name out your mouth. Agree.
What the fuck is that? This genitalia jewelry?
Probably something on some goddamn website where they talk about black people.
And I would like everyone to remember, even if you're not into the WNBA or you're not into basketball or whatever, if you hear people talking, like she's a child, like she just graduated college, like she's so fucking young, like even if you're not interested in like the WNBA or whatever, and obviously I don't want anyone talking shit about women ever in general,
unless they deserve it.
Well, no, women are allowed to. Men, I'm still also just not okay with men talking shit about women because I go, no, that's my girl. Let me take it over. You bitch, I fucking hate you. You know, like I'll do it. We can do it. That for the discourse that has been going on about her for so long, there's a very few of it that she's been of an adult age. And I'm like, you've been talking shit on a fucking kid. And she's still hella young, but I just mean, I'm like, okay. Nasties. Okay, then we have me. Meghan wants to bring more chairs into the workforce. I also love the way this is worded, that like chairs need jobs too. Like we have humans doing roles, we have robots doing roles, and we also need chairs. Like,
speaking of robots doing roles, did you see that robot that apparently committed suicide?
Which one? So
there is a robot in...
It's not the art museum, is it?
No.
Because that one is like actually brings me to tears. It's the one that like self-implodes essentially because they keep doing work and it like, you watch it and it like slowly deteriorates and ends up like killing itself. And it's like about corporate greed, capitalism, burnout. And it's like so sad. And I'm like, here I am crying over a robot that's not even Wall-E or Bumblebee.
So that what you're talking about is something that does it on purpose as an art?
Yes.
Well, this is something that did it not on purpose. Like, not for art. This is an actual robot. Okay, so there's this robot in South Korea that fell down, that like is a robot that like brings people food at the job, picks up mail, takes things. It's a product of Silicon Valley. And it was shown like doing too much work, like it was doing too much work and was tired and then just threw itself down the stairs.
I think that's all the confirmation we need that they're becoming aware.
Yeah. I was at a movie theater that I go to and I walked out because I've been to this movie theater numerous times. And I walked out and this robot ran into me and said, "Excuse me." I wasn't expecting a robot. It was scary. It was carrying food to and from the theater.
What?
Yes.
The way I would have said, "Excuse me," and it's like, "No problem." And I'm like that's actually not okay.
The robot itself said, "Excuse me."
Melissa, I'm so happy you're still here with us because then I would have thrown myself down the stairs. Like, that is terrifying.
It was terrifying. Because I was like, what the hell? And then I saw it going. There were several of them. I guess they had released a new fleet. And they were going in and out of the restaurant, like the part where they were preparing the food, the kitchen where they were preparing the food. And it was bringing food. And I guess it would take it to the theater. And then the people that were inside the theater that were the attendants would take the food and then bring it inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, someone get Michael Bay on the phone. We need him to do a seminar about what happened in Transformers so people understand what we're signing up to do.
I also don't understand why it's so hard just to have one person that is the designated food taker.
Well, also just think of like the more coworkers you have and the more people you have to go through, it's usually a headache. So the people are like, can I just go back and get it? Go, no, let Wally go do it. And you're like,
right.
Okay, I'll wait. Yeah. I also just spatially, like, I don't have enough spatial awareness to suddenly things that are like totally like not breathing and like so quiet and just like stand. I'm not going to see them. Like, I run into walls. I don't want to run into Wall-E.
Yes.
And also, did we even ask them if they wanted to work? Like, we made these robots and said, we made you to work. And who asked them if they wanted to?
Who wants to begin with?
Exactly. Make them to learn fun dances and have fun. Make them to
That's
go on
what
vacation.
Meghan was about, but...
No, but like have fun by their own accord. Just being like, you've been born. But at the same time, let's just stop doing that.
Well, that's what Meghan was about. And then you never saw it, did you?
No. People said they think I'd like it. Yeah.
I think it's not scary. You know, I don't like scary movies. I felt like it was a comedy.
I think Out Magazine did a write-up on it, and I read it, and I said, maybe this movie is for me.
It is for you.
They were like, do you like Scream Queens? And I was like, yeah.
Yes.
They're like, do you love campy things? Do you love fashion? And I was like, oh God, am I going to watch my first horror movie in years?
It's not a horror movie at all. But it was like, you know, like, then you don't want to play with me all day and you turn me off at the end of the day. I don't like that.
And that's why I never had a Furby. Because I had a friend, we were at a sleepover, we stopped playing with her Furby, and the Furby started making noise in the middle of the night. And she took the batteries out, and it kept making noise.
Yeah, it has a backup
and I said,
in it.
Nope, Furbies aren't for me. Anyways,
back to chairs.
2% said I was wrong. 98% said I was not wrong. And someone said, not wrong, more chairs. This was everything. I worked in a grocery store and had to stand for 8 hours, and a coworker was pregnant, so they finally, quote unquote, let her use a stool, and we were all so jealous. And in hindsight, it's so ridiculous that we were all forced to stand. I worked in a Hallmark store that also had us standing the whole time. I was afternoons/evenings during the week, and the way it was so dead for hours on end, no way we were standing when the manager wasn't there. We'd just pop up as soon as we heard the door tinkle, and no one ever knew. Same Hallmark store, I was doing inventory on some very breakable items, so I sat on the floor, and the manager got all in a tizzy about it and went and found the shortest little footstool for me to use, so I wasn't on the floor. Someone else said, at my manager who didn't let me sit down when I had sprained my ankle and wouldn't even let me go home either. When I worked at Kohl's in high school, I got in trouble for slouching and leaning on the checkout register because they think it'll make customers, quote unquote, run away or think it's not a good establishment. I hated standing for 6 hours doing nothing because who the hell shops at Kohl's? Facts. Actually, did a Kohl's brand deal back in the day. My boss recently told all staff, I work in a bookstore. Yes, the boss who's also a Marine, that they aren't allowed to sit unless they have medical need to do so. I have rheumatoid arthritis in my heel, so I actively cannot stand for 10 hours straight. But what about the other people who have to stand for 6 to 10 hours for their shifts? It's honestly insane. You can scan books and count money and hand out change from a seat. I do it every day, so why can't the other staff? I was cheering Meghan on as she gave this rant.
This is the person I believe wrote in before about not wanting to take... Was it like you didn't want to take the manager position or something because in the end you would make less money?
Oh, yeah.
I think this is that person.
It is. Definitely not wrong, but as a resident Black person, I don't know if me carrying around a folding chair, that being one of the solutions you recommended to give to service workers post-move brigade, is going to send out the right message.
No one said anything about we actually don't want you to sit in folding chairs because those things are not comfortable. We want you in a nice, comfy chair.
We want your lower back supported. I want lumbar support.
The anniversary is near.
God bless America is all I gotta say. That is if someone's like, Megan, do you want to go see the monuments? I go, you mean the folding chair? Of course I want to see the fucking monuments.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural Then and Now.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests to share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
It's fucking bug bite.
I was cracking up. I'm sorry.
The way that my entire body is fucking covered in them. Like, I'm head to toe on my ass. Like, there is like a conglomerate of about 19. Moss was like, your whole skin is hot.
I was like, you're not using bug spray?
On your no.
Body?
And I need to.
Want you to,
the issue is my lip.
A lot of things going
I don't
around.
think the lip one is going to go away easy because it's just so easy.
Yeah. Then we've got writer number 1. And the question was, are they wrong for giving Jason a false sense of hope at speed dating? 5% said the writer is wrong. 95% said the writer is not wrong.
Also, y'all, let me know if you like the way I've rephrased these. We've been working on that to be less confusing, as opposed to like the verses. But let me know if you prefer the other one.
I feel like this is much easier to read.
Yeah.
Once I've been doing it different.
Yeah. And I've been trying to like make the format that change it up so it fits with what you're saying, so it's more easy. I mean, it's easier.
Someone said, not wrong at all. Even though I've never done speed dating before, I feel like it gives off the same vibes as matching with somebody on Tinder. Just because I match with you doesn't mean you're guaranteed a message, especially not a date. This quote unquote man is out of his mind and needs a fat ass reality check. Someone else said, why are there so many pervy Jasons running around? Well, I do want to say that's not their actual name. This was a fake name. I've heard of 2 in my life in the last 2 years, and now this one. Also, if this one lied and said he was within the age range and then confessed a few years older, he's probably actually 45, extremely insecure, extremely toxic, and deserving of all the bad things that the world can offer him. I just scrolled by. I found your perfect birthday present. And I screenshot it.
Oh my goodness.
I just scrolled by it and it made me happy.
Ooh.
Like I saw it last night on TikTok and I was like, I can't like it because then it might trigger something for her.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, my algorithm does that. And then I just open the comments and go, gotta send this to Melissa to tag you. And then it's like, there's your top comment. I go, never fucking mind. It's so funny to call like a Jason pervy because the only Jason that I know, one of the only Jasons I know personally, like the one that like is the first one that comes to mind is a guy that I had a crush on in middle school who I did musical theater with. So naturally he's very gay. And then we got older and I was like, so sorry about having a crush on you. And he was like, it's fine.
How would you apologize?
No, I was, we were friends. I was just like being like, sorry for not picking up on that.
Gotcha.
Then we have, oh my God, you guys, I think the AC is working. They said they might have shut it off and then turn it back on again, but as of now, it seems like it's going to work. Okay. We have writer number 2. Would they be wrong for telling a teacher on the committee that Katrina made her feel weird and uncomfortable? 17% said the writer is wrong. 83% said the writer is not wrong. Definitely not wrong for pointing out suspect behavior, especially if they're going to be working with children in an environment where they need to be sensitive to their emotions. But I would just make sure that all of what the writer reports on are based on things that she's actually done and not just because she doesn't like her, so that nothing can come back to the writer, making them seem petty in the eyes of the committee. It's a fair point.
And then we've got Wrong of the Week, Donald Ray Lance and Jean K. Whitefeather. 96% said these motherfuckers are wrong. 4% said these motherfuckers are not wrong. Interesting.
It is quite interesting.
Someone said, as the great Brianna Miller says, bury them under the jail.
If you want to meet Brie, join our Patreon.
One of their names is Donald, so that's already a red flag. But what they did to those kids is vile and disgusting. I vote we bring back the guillotine and public execution for people like this.
Then we have my nomination, Cody Co. 97% said Cody is wrong. 3% said Cody is not wrong. I don't know how he manipulated his way into marriage, but this boy is fucked up. What a concise way of saying that. I thought I didn't screenshot the whole thing, but that's the whole message. I always found him really icky, and I couldn't put my finger on why. Shout out to my instincts for being spot on every time. It's a good one.
And that's from Gail, and Gail would like us to use her name.
Oh, Gail. Hell yeah, Gail. Gail and your fucking instincts. If you also want to meet Gail, join our Patreon. After listening to your episode this morning, I'm coming to terms with the fact that I do have to hold Cody to the same standard as I would any other man on the earth, even though I've always loved him. Listening to Tana's podcast episodes to hear her voice, everything that's wrong with the situation, and share her experience. Thanks for holding me accountable, Eminem.
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And I'm the Dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
Merry Christmas, everybody! My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the hosts of Christmas Countdown Show.
We're so thrilled to be bringing the merriment to you all this holiday season. On Christmas Countdown, we love to count down our top 10 favorite things related to the holiday season. That could be food, movies, music, everything that we all love about this massively merry good time. So wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button. Eric, are you ready?
I am ready, and we hope that you are too. Merry Christmas, everybody! Let's go!
Hey everyone, join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
Each week, we deliver 4 fun-filled shows.
In Don't Blame Me, we tackle our listeners' dilemmas with hilariously honest advice.
Then we have But Am I Wrong, which is for the listeners that didn't take our advice. Plus, we share our hot takes on current events.
Then tune in to see you next Tuesday for our listener poll results from But Am I Wrong?
And finally, wrap up your week with Fisting Friday, where we catch up and talk all things pop culture.
Listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
And I would also just like to urge everybody, we need to find a new creator who will just compile the funny parts of cut videos, because turns out you don't like Cody Co videos. You just don't want to sit and watch a 40-minute cut video when the funny parts are 12 minutes long. So if someone wants to take that niche,
there is. It's on TikTok.
No, but yeah, they'll do the part whatever. Yeah, so.
It's not the cut, though. What I'm talking about is just some fan page on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, well, they'll compile them. Yeah, we need someone to essentially make fan cams of cut videos. And
somebody
upload
does.
those horizontal on YouTube. So you can full screen that shit.
That's true. They don't do horizontal.
Yeah.
And we miss.
And I'm going to tell you right now, y'all are going to be, you'll be a fucking star, because that is what you like Cody for.
I've never even seen him in any of those videos, so I must not watch the ones that he's in.
Well, he's not in the cut videos. He just like reacts to them. But most of the time he's in a tiny little box in the corner and you're just watching the cut video, but like just the funny parts. So yeah. Anyways, that is it. Those are the results for that episode. We hope you all enjoyed. And
1 sec, Megan.
What happened?
Don't be a rushy goose.
Well, I was so late to fucking record this podcast. I'm trying to rush this goose.
I know. I'm giving someone wrote in with an update to.
Is this about the seal? Because I screenshotted this because I said, "What the fuck is that?"
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on. I like tried to read this 9 times and I'm like, what is this about? June 28th.
Okay, no, it is.
Clarification: my daughter is not a seal.
Yes. Okay. So this is from this is from the episode where you said having a nanny is a luxury, and this person wrote in and talked about how they had somebody like interview for a nanny, or they were interviewing for, or no, they had somebody interviewing for a nanny position, and they were a marine biologist. The person that was interviewing, and they're like, can I use your child for like school credit or something? Okay, we must have said, is your daughter a seal? Yes. I was like, what the fuck is this about? Oh, something that we did. Okay, cool. Yes. Oh, okay, so sorry, continue. I read this like 9 times and I go, but I think you're lost. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I actually don't know if we said that, if it's a seal, we just knew that they were marine biologists. Yeah. So this person was making a funny off of that. It's a great funny. It was so funny and so good. I got so confused what we were talking about. So now that I've explained this, they wrote in, clarification, my daughter is not a seal. I was confused too by her reasoning. From what I gather, she wants to be able to say she has experience with newborns and do some separate research for digestive issues in babies to advertise she has in-depth knowledge. Since writing in, she also tried to get me to remove my son from preschool and said she, quote, takes a very educational approach to nannying and could do more than his school could, without any teaching background to back it up. I have a feeling she's one of those people who maybe babysat a few times and that she can do it all at a professional level without needing any formal education, training, or experience. I wouldn't let this person anywhere near my child. I wouldn't let this woman near a seal. Like, this is so fucking, she's like trying to unschool your kids. Man, you can't do that. You already shouldn't be doing that to your own kids. Someone needs a hobby. Not even taking in the, like, you would think school would be enough. School and working isn't enough for you? No, I was thinking maybe deep sea diving. Maybe then she'll be near the seals. Oh, true. Maybe triathlon. Something, you got to tire her out. You need to. And triathlons, and that include swimming in the ocean? Yeah, but like, maybe she should fix the Seine River in Paris. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I don't know how many living creatures are in there, and if they are, God bless her. God bless them both. Survival of the fittest. That's actually fucking crazy. That is. If anything else happens, like, please let us know. I'm sorry. You need to take your kid out of daycare because I'm better than a daycare. Even though, there's also the social aspect of daycare.
And she goes, I will be your teacher and your best friend.
So weird.
So fucking weird.
Okay, now we can end the episode. Go ahead.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed this episode of Fisting Friday. And stay tuned for next week. We've got a brand new docket of episodes for you. So many podcasts. And don't forget to vote in last week's episode of, or technically it's this week's, but the most recent episode of But Am I Wrong? And we'll read the results a week from today.
All right.
I was just going to say fist you later, but is there something you want to say?
No, that's fine.
Fist you later.
Welcome to the small town of Chinook, where faith runs deep and secrets run deeper. In this new thriller, religion and crime collide when a gruesome murder rocks the isolated Montana community. Everyone is quick to point their fingers at a drug-addicted teenager, but local deputy Ruth Vogel isn't convinced. She suspects connections to a powerful religious group. Enter federal agent V.B. Lauro, who has been investigating a local church for possible criminal activity. The pair form an unlikely partnership to catch the killer, unearthing secrets that leave Ruth torn between her duty to the law, her religious convictions, and her very own family. But something more sinister than murder is afoot, and someone is watching Ruth.
Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go Network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go Network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bitches on Comics is a bi-monthly interview podcast where we talk to the coolest LGBTQ plus folks and women in comics and pop culture.
Our unique perspectives and welcoming nature have earned us the honor of being named a Best Comic Book Podcast by Book Riot, Screen Rant, The Mary Sue, Comic Book Herald, and Comic Book Couples Counseling.
Bitches on Comics is hosted by moi, Monica Estrella Negra, filmmaker, writer, and co-founder of Audrey's Revenge Film.
And me, S.E. Fleenor, comic and pop culture nerd and culture critic with writing in The Independent, Vice, Electric Literature, Star Trek, and so much more.
We're also both voting members of Gallica, the Society of LGBTQ plus Entertainment Critics.
Join Bitches on Comics for in-depth, hilarious, and heartfelt conversations with the likes of Stephanie Williams, Leah Anderson, and the late, great Rachel Pollack.
Listen to Bitches on Comics on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Or tune in at bitchesoncomics.com. New episodes every other Wednesday.